Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Guys, I'm at Zalles Sports in Foster City, California. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so 1991, Ronaldo Zalles started this tennis shop, and it has now been bought by Surina De Beers and her partner. And I'm going to go in, surprise her, and hopefully she'll give me a tour of her store. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, so we're inside of Zalles Tennis Shop. I have owner here, Surina De Beers, with me today. Welcome, Surina.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you.
let me ask you one quick thing before I proceed. Z-A-L-L-E-S, how do you pronounce that?
It's Zalles.
Zalles.
Yeah.
Okay.
The previous owner was Ronaldo Zalles.
Ah.
And he was from Bolivia, and I guess that's the last name. It's more of a South American
I got you.
last name. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I've heard of Zales.
Oh, we've had many different Zales and Zalles, and yeah, but it's Zalles.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So you took over the store in pandemic 2020.
Oh my gosh, September 2020. It was funny. My first time I came here, it was 2015, and I came to Comcast to talk to them. Anyway, I came in and I was like, oh, there's a store. And so I saw Ronaldo, and I was talking to him, and I said, oh, it would be so nice to have a tennis store one day.
Oh.
Literally, be careful what you wish for. So fast forward 5 years, and I got involved with a technology company, and Berenice was looking for a tennis community to plug herself into. And so I was like, well, Ronaldo's retiring and they want to sell the store. And so we decided, well, why don't we, see what can happen from this opportunity. And the next minute, we bought a tennis store in the midst of the pandemic, where everybody was like, you know how it was, don't come close to me, masks. It was a disaster, but yeah, that's how we are.
I have to say though, looking back on it, that was actually the perfect time to buy, because none of the companies had anything to really sell you, and what you had was easily sold.
Exactly. We actually did pretty well, even where it was really bad air that time.
Mm-hmm.
That one of the days, the 9th of September, it was orange outside, and it was like bad air for like a couple months.
Oh yeah.
So it was kind of tough, but at the same time, it gave us time to kind of build it up a little bit. But there was nothing in the store, absolutely nothing. So we built it up a couple years later, and here we are.
Looks like you filled it up pretty well.
Yeah. That's where we are today.
Okay, so we just came through the entrance. Let's take a look at the picture up here. That's a picture of Ronaldo Zalles with his wife.
Hannah.
Right?
Hannah Zalles.
Yes. Yeah. And then to the right is a picture of you,
yep,
the new owner, and your partner.
Co-owner.
Co-owner.
Berenice Mettler.
Okay.
Yep. So.
And so those are the only two owners of this store ever then?
So pretty much, yes.
Okay.
So I co-own it, but I'm the one kind of running it. Yeah.
Cool. So so as soon as we walked in the door, we got the shoe wall here. So tell me, we got most of the major brands here. What's your best seller?
I want to say K-Swiss. I think it's especially the Hypercourt Express. I think and I think each demographic, maybe not that one. I'm going to tell you a different one. It's more these guys.
Hypercourt Express 2? Okay.
Yeah, this one. So kind of more this type of shoe. And I think for, the kind of recreational player that we have here, people don't want to spend necessarily, $170 on a shoe. And this is for me, I think this is one of the best shoes at the price point. And it still has that wider kind of shoe, toe box. It's just a good value shoe. And I think, people just really go to shoes. And then, of course, we have a lot of Blvd shoes. We would love to have maybe a little more Asics and Nike, but they are not very good at supplying people with big accounts. I don't know.
They don't.
It would be nice if Nike and ASICS can, be nice to
They
small
don't supply
retailers
the
again.
smaller accounts. That's what it is. The little guys don't get it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So.
But I agree with you. We sold a ton of these in the last couple of years. Great amount of cushioning, wide enough, super comfortable, fits most people.
Yep.
So yes,
It's
definitely top shoe.
Yeah, for a recreational player, it's awesome. And if you're a more high performance player that's a little bit more tougher on your shoes, the Ultra Shot. So it's kind of more this one.
Right.
Let's get something that's a little bit lighter. Ultra. Like this.
Yeah.
So it'll be more of an Ultra Shot. So it's a little bit more stability, very cushiony. I love this shoe, by the way. I was always a Nike person, and then until I was like, this is really nice. And you can get them.
Definitely. That's the highest end shoe they make.
Yeah.
Look, that's my favorite Nike shoe of all time. But
I
you
love that
only
shoe
have an
too.
8.5.
Oh, 8.5, really?
I'm 11.
Oh, yeah, we got rid of those.
But at least I see one finally.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go over to socks real quick. I'm a fan of thick socks just because you fill in the gaps, you get the extra cushion. Are you that way too?
I kind of am going more for the Experian.
Okay,
I
it's
think
a
the
little
thick
thinner.
one makes me. I already have orthotics in my shoes, so having a thicker sock, I don't really have problems with blisters or anything like that. So I like it to be padded in the right places, and with the Experian socks, you can see. Maybe this one is a little bit out. You can see it's just padded in the right places, and it would be the same there in the toe piece there. So instead of having the whole sock to be thick, but there's totally
That's what I do.
a market for that. Yes. So
I just like my foot being cooked,
exactly.
padded and cooked.
There you go.
Keep
See,
my foot warm.
it's like how you want your coffee, right?
Exactly. Scalding hot. That's the Chinese way.
Yep.
Burn my tongue. Let's take a look at rackets
Yeah,
over
sure.
there.
Let me show you. So, yes, we got a decent amount of rackets. I actually felt like
Wow.
we had more a while ago. We've been trying to downsize a bit because it's now, I think there was a time where it was really hard to get
anything.
And so you kind of, retail, like the reps kind of made us stock up a little bit and maybe a little bit too much.
Right.
To the point where we ended up with a ton of like those B-Course, I don't know, 98s. I don't even know how.
They'll sell.
98Ls.
They're great.
The 98Ls. It depends on the market as well. I think our market is a little bit more recreational, older. Though sometimes they do love the high performance rackets.
Totally. 98 will go to like the 13-year-old into the women
Right,
that are like the 4.0-ish level. So I would probably get the demos out more. You'll sell more. I promise.
So so that's, and I think Yonex has been such a brand that's really gone up.
Totally.
Like the biggest growing brand for me. Like we used to sell a lot of Wilson, Babolat, but Yonex has definitely come a little closer. And Hit is just stable.
So your number one brand in here is Wilson or Babolat?
That's a good question. I want to say Wilson, but I think Wilson might still be the biggest brand right now.
It goes back and forth.
Yeah, it goes back and forth. Yes, I think Yonex is fourth, but very close fourth and everything else is kind of very even.
Got it. So what's the number one selling racket then?
At some point, it was the V13 Pro Staff 315.
Really?
That was the highest selling racket. Don't know why.
The 11-ouncer?
Yeah.
What?
True.
Okay.
True story. Another one that sells a lot, and one of is E-Zone 100. That's now, like, I want to say a bigger seller.
Definitely.
And then also the Aero. The Aero has sold a lot, but I honestly I think the Aero sells because of Rafa and Alcaraz.
Yes.
And I think, and it's the same as with the Federer rackets, because we sold so many Federer rackets. Federer stopped playing, and the rackets are they're just there.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a.
Yeah, the person sells the racket.
The person
for sure.
sells the racket. I think you got to customize it to a player that people really love, and that racket will always sell. It's going to be a classic.
Well, that's why they get paid to put their name on the racket.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
So I've had so many requests for the Aero 98 to demo. literally everybody wants to try it. And maybe about 20 to 30% buy it. What's your experience with that?
You know, I haven't actually hit with it, believe it or not. I hit with all the other arrows, and they were so much softer than the ones before. Actually, my favorite, even though I love heavier rackets, like I play with the V13 350. Like, I mean, I'll probably move up to a different racket now. But the team was for me the nicest. The arrow.
The arrow team.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was easy to swing through, and believe it or not, it actually had less spin than my Pro Staff.
Oh.
On the Q-Mate. Yep.
Interesting.
It had more power, way more power, but more spin. That one.
You're probably more tuned to that. That's why you know contact
it could be, but also the head is way lighter, so I generate spin by
this
head
is true.
speed.
This is
so
true.
I think that's probably also why that happened.
Surina used to be on tour, so she's a high-level professional. So she understands this probably a little bit more than me when it comes to actual playing. Okay, so she understands.
I mean, it's about experience and also your style. A lot of people, if you generate like the spin with your arm, maybe the arrow is going to give you more spin. But if you generate it more with your hip and your hand speed and the racket head speed, I do see a precision racket with a lighter head that is going to generate more spin.
Totally.
So if you do your whole body,
it comes through with a faster head speed.
Yeah,
obviously.
And the stability, because you have good technique, because it's coming from the legs up. So
which I don't have good technique, and I know a lot of you don't either. So it's kind of just,
my gosh,
it
only took a lifetime, but there we are.
Yeah, I lived my life behind the stringing machine, not behind the bass line. So.
Oh my gosh, you probably had a lot to say with Vince.
Oh, we'll catch up in a minute here. We'll introduce you to the guys that work here too in a minute. But you actually have, space is expensive, space is limited out here in the Bay Area, yet you have a hitting area, which I have never seen before.
Yeah, that was a crazy idea. In the beginning, there was actually a wall here. You see where it was over here. There was a wall, and it wasn't quite big enough to have a hitting area like over there. And then one day, one of my guys that was stringing was like, yeah, I thought you were going to break out the wall because there's like a storage over there. And I was like, oh my gosh, why haven't I thought about that? So we broke out the wall right there.
Wow.
And the next minute, because that added that extra a little bit. But now we're thinking maybe we should make it a little smaller because people don't really need all this space.
We could play pickleball here. It's a pickleball court right here.
But at least people can kind of like just thin out their demos a little bit. So like, oh yeah, no, this is awful, or this is actually really good. So okay, I can take these two, and then they take it out. And with the juniors, it's very useful as well because they don't. You have to just see if they can actually swing it, if it's at the right length. So this is actually pretty useful. But we have to find a way to make this space maybe even a little bit more. It looks very crowded over there because we're trying to make the space here. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And Surina was telling me that we got to organize this place a little bit. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is what a tennis shop's supposed to look like.
Oh my gosh. It's just supposed to be antique. I mean, we have like so many old rackets here, literally from like years and years ago. It's fun to have walked into this place.
No, totally. I love the old vibe. I love the wood. I love the wooden rackets on, the Raptors here.
Yeah.
This is what I envision a tennis shop to look like, literally. So this brings me back,
Thank you. The more messy, the better, it sounds like.
Totally. I'm not an organized person.
Oh my gosh, I thought I was the only one thinking that.
No. Let's go to the strings. What's your number one selling multi and number one selling poly?
Okay,
and
Vince,
number one hybrid.
I think Vince is going to know this.
Oh,
so let me guess.
Vince, the veteran of the crew here.
All right, so Vince is like the heart of the store, like the heartbeat of the store. He's been here forever. How long have you been stringing, Vince?
Since about 2006. Well, it started in 93.
He started stringing in 1993. And I think we worked out he might have strung like 80,000 rackets. I'm not even kidding. But yeah, they came to this location, right?
Yes.
2006. But the store has been since 1991.
Got it.
So that's when it first. So that's the expertise. And we have another stringer, Will, who just came back from Roland Garros.
Will Divine.
Will Divine, amazing stringer. He's helping us out. So like, he's strong at Indian Wales, and I think he's trying to go to all at US Open last year as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, the guys are that's very nice. But at any given day, Vince is that level. So that's
that's awesome. It's always a treasure to have an experienced stringer.
Yep. So I'm gonna take a guess. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. I think between Velocity and NXT is our highest selling. Yes. 16 or 17 gauge? 16, yeah, because it's more durable.
Correct.
So that would be the highest selling. The polyester, I want to say RPM or maybe Luxelon as well.
ALU?
So between the two.
Yeah.
So kind of Wilson and Head with the Babolat for the RPM.
So 17 on the RPM probably?
Yeah,
125?
17, yes. So that would be the highest. And because people love doing that hybrid.
Sure. So they would blend those too, like the ALU with or RPM with the Velocity?
Actually, if they do the RPM blend, they would probably do it with either XL or Addiction.
Okay.
So like the Babolat and just keeping the Babolat.
So that softens and quiets up that hot poly there. Okay.
Yeah, but poly on its own. And then there's like Black Coat that kind of goes very similar.
Totally.
That I feel like doesn't lose its tension as fast as RPM. But and then for me, I love like Gamma Professional.
Oh,
I don't know,
me too.
I
Me
love
too.
this string. It's crispy, but its playability is right there. It does have a good durability as well. So it's kind
I call that the top multi on the market. I call Professional the top multi on the market.
That's really one thing we have in common. Like picking that. I have it in my racket. That's what I have in my racket. Yeah.
Awesome. And then if you want more spin, Gamma Professional Spin. If you don't break strings, they go 18, 17 gauge too. So very versatile, easy on the arm. I sell that to everybody.
Those are you can't lose with some of those strings. So.
All right, cool. Now, number one overgrip that you sell.
Okay, let me see. I want to say Wilson
Pro Overgrip.
Wilson Pro Overgrip or the Yonex Super Grab. For me, Yonex Super Grab. I'm a Wilson, but Wilson.
Pro Overgrip.
I don't feel the difference between the two, honestly.
I think
they're very similar.
I think if you close your eyes, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Maybe the Yonex is a little bit more softer in a kind of soft, tacky way, but I think they're very, very close to each other. But then you have like Head and Bobblehead that have similar grips, and they're very similar. Again, I think it's also just
all the tack feel almost all the same.
Yeah,
it's just little subtle things.
They probably come out of the same manufacturer.
That's what I
somewhere.
said. That's what I said. When I went to Japan.
Yeah.
Whenever I walked into a store there, I said, "What's your top selling grip?" He said, "Oh, it's our own private label." And I'm like, "What?" Every store had their own private label. They probably got it from the same place.
Same place,
They just put their name on it.
Exactly. So. Yeah. So maybe we should start our own brand here for grips.
Yeah, let's go. Top selling replacement grip.
I want to say Hydrosorb. Head
Yep,
Hydrosorb.
Love it. My favorite.
There you go. Again.
Yeah.
So definitely, I don't know. It's an easy grip. Why would you say, Vince, Hydrosorb?
Great cushion, great tackiness.
Great cushion.
More than all the other grips combined, probably.
Okay. All right.
Like the Hypercord Express too. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now, I see your pickle wall is pretty big. Let's go over to the pickle section here. How many people are pickle fans here? We got Vince.
Yes, he is.
Thumb. Okay, Gary.
Play pickleball.
We have someone else that is really crazy with pickleball, but
Steve
yeah.
is the pickleball person.
Oh, okay. So let's ask the youngin. Have you even touched a pickleball paddle besides selling one?
Not really. I'm more of a tennis player. I've been playing since I was in elementary school, so I kind of have a strong bias towards tennis.
Okay, so he says he has a strong bias towards tennis, and he hasn't really done much with anything with the pickle. Okay, so I guess there's an age gap thing
I think
here
it is
too.
an age thing. You have to come around. It's something that has to like infect you. And
You have to come around that 40 to 50 years of age.
Yeah, when the knees are packing up and like the arthritis are coming. Yes.
Let me get
Let's
my
go play
pickle
pickleball.
paddle. Let me get my pickle paddle. All right, let's take a look at that pickleball.
All right.
Looks
So-
like we got Selkirk here. We got
Yep.
a little head there. We got Wilson and we got Babolat. So you are a teaching pro. Do you teach pickle?
I don't, and I played maybe a couple times, 3 times. It's such a touch sport, so I would definitely. I wish I can tell you like all my experience about this, but I know there are different surfaces, different weights, different lengths.
Thicknesses, yeah, all that
I
stuff.
do. It just feels to me like people don't even know what is really good, so they just like every few months they like buy a new pickleball paddle
Just to get a different
for
feel.
fun,
Yeah.
just to see if it's different. So that's why the demo program works really well. We have so many demo rackets. I think we might have even 1,000 demo rackets if I don't have it missed.
I wouldn't
Like
be
just
surprised.
a ton, yeah. Okay, maybe not that many, but yeah, that might be all of our rackets. But yeah, the pickleball, but we have some really passionate people with pickleball, and it's definitely a growing sport to get into.
Where's the closest courts here?
So Edgewater at Shell.
Okay.
It's like by the recreational center in Foster City. There's like they converted 2 tennis courts into pickleball courts, and it's always full. Always. Like people are always, they put their rackets and there's always people waiting just to play. So I went one time and that was fun.
Yeah.
You win the first 2 games, you're like, oh, I'm really good at this. And then like some person beats you and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not that good anymore. So, but it's a fun sport. I can see why people love it.
Got it. Now,
Yep.
since you have this recent experience of opening up a store, is there any words of wisdom you can tell other people? Because that's one of the main questions people ask me is, what should I do? How should I do it? You've experienced it in like the last 3 years. What should you tell the folks here?
I think for me, I feel like you have to be the expert in helping people find a racket that fits custom to them. Like off the wall, they look and they have no idea. And I think that is like a huge advantage if people know that they can come and ask you and you know how the rackets are performing in a certain way. I've always felt that is like something. Stringing, to just be able to tell people like, okay, this is the string you should buy. Like really the expertise, I feel like is huge. The other thing is to have the demo rackets, the things that is harder for people to do online. Like it's hard to like every now and then like post, like mail your demo racket in, bring it back. But here you can just come in back and forth. So that I feel like the demo program is huge. So don't be shy to spend on the demo rackets and the demo paddles and stuff, because that really it's huge. Tennis clothes, I want to say it's kind of like a nice thing to have and it looks good in the store, but it's really not the biggest seller. Like rackets, strings, shoes, tennis shoes, specific tennis shoes, because tennis shoes you don't get in any sports store either. It's very limited a lot of times. So that's also something that, but definitely stringing rackets should be your first thing.
That's what I tell people. Make sure you know how to string a tennis racket.
Yeah.
Guys, are you tired of playing against the ball machine? Ball machine always wins, and you're not really getting any interaction with people. How about playing with somebody at your level, or maybe a little bit better than you, that can improve your game? There's 27,000 people nationwide waiting for you to play with. It's all at playyourcourt.com. You can find your new tennis friend, join local leagues, all for less than $5 a month. You'll have access to players at your level, your speed, and make some new tennis friends. Check it out at playyourcourt.com/tennis spin. Link is below. All right, so since you are a teaching pro and you deal with a lot of kids, what's your favorite junior racket that you like to sell?
So my sweet spot for coaching is that kind of high performance development age from like 7 to 12, like really into the development. And I find that the Clash 25, 26 is the lightest in the head. So if you wanted to, so it's these little ones, all of the other ones seem to be really heavy in the head. So if you want to really teach this shape and have the kids come really fast over, I feel like this one is the best. Where all the others are kind of hanging a little bit back. So the kids kind of bunt a little bit. So I want to say definitely the Clash.
What do you think about somebody who's just starting off, maybe like a 7 or 8 year old, which is super common, going to camp for the first time? Aluminum rackets, anything you recommend on that front?
So I think if you're going to do red ball and even to some degree orange ball, I don't think it matters that much. But if you're getting, you know, like good coaching and you're really being taught the shape of the shot, I think you should go up to a more graphite racket, and in definitely green and yellow for sure. Like don't play with an aluminum racket if you are playing with yellow balls ever. It's really tough on any kid's arm. So yeah, the soft balls, aluminum is good, but the hard balls you need to go to high performance rackets.
Got it. So speaking of balls, what's your personal favorite ball to play with, and what's the #1 selling ball in the store?
I want to say the highest selling ball is definitely pen. I'm not quite sure why, but it's pen. I do use the Dunlop, the Grand
ATP,
yeah.
or Grand
Actually, the Grand Prix is a little cheaper for.
Okay.
It's the cheapest. The ATP or the Aussie Open is more softer. So I want to say for just playing matches and stuff, that's definitely a better ball. But if a card ball for like training and you want to keep the balls need to last a little longer, so I use the Dunlop Grand Prix, and it's cheaper than Wilson and all of that.
Okay.
So
yeah, we all got to watch it when we, fill up the carts and start
yeah,
feeding.
because kids hit it over the fences and stuff. So yeah, you want to also just get a ball that's efficient.
Perfect. Well, thank you for giving me a tour of your store.
Thank you.
It looks fabulous. I would not change a thing.
Seriously?
I would not change a thing. Seriously.
I can
love
see
it.
a lot of things to change.
I
but
love
yeah.
it the way, maybe make little changes here
Yeah.
and there, but I love it the way it is, I have to tell you.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for that. Yeah.
So you have a channel of your own. What is it called?
It's actually just Surina de beer, and I did add Zalles Racquet Sports to it,
Okay.
just to combine it a little bit. And I did some racket reviews with a Q-Mate sensor. It's like a technology that you put in the back of the racket. It was kind of cool to see the spin. For like I compared the old Pro Staff with the new Pro Staff. So I'm trying to do more videos for that. Just have to find the time to do it, but it's fun.
It's a really cool device. You put it on the butt cap of your racket, and then you turn the sensor on, and it'll actually start taking data from your swing, and it's a lot of
11
intricate
metrics.
details.
11 metric, even 11 or 12, and they can add more and more, but I think it's all about what is actually useful for tennis. But for comparison, like how rackets and stuff perform, it's really cool.
Yeah, how they perform for
And
you,
for spin, yeah.
especially. So as we get closer, it's still in the testing phase right now?
Yeah, it's in the trial phase. So
Okay.
yeah, we are doing some free trials for it, and yeah, if you actually go to our website or to my YouTube channel, you'll probably see where I did the data doesn't lie or something like that. It actually you can click on the beta, and it's free. Especially if you're in the United States, it's free for the trials right now. So we're looking for people to try it out and use it.
Great. So I'm gonna schedule an appointment and come back when it's ready for market, and then we'll go over the details of how it benefits you. Okay, so we're gonna put Surina's channel link on the bottom, and then you can check out all that great information there. All right, Surina, thank you so much. It was
Harry,
so fun.
thank you so much. I'd love to do this again.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming.
Next time you could take me on the court. Maybe we could take this racket and teach me the proper way to swing.
I would love to do that. Let's do it.
Guys,
Okay.
thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. All right, so let's ask the staff some dirty little secrets here. So how long you been working here?
I've been working here since the beginning of April.
Okay, so this year.
Yeah,
This year. Anything you want to tell me about this place that she didn't tell me?
I don't know, but most of the people around here have been like are very loyal customers. This store is like the only one here in Foster City, so we have a lot of good connections with the customer. And it's really nice to always talk with them. We always get to see new customers, and it's always fun to help them. And just like yesterday, I was helping someone like get new shoes, and for me that's like I kind of enjoy that. So
So it's like the family atmosphere.
Yeah,
around
it's very communal, very small almost.
That's
so, yeah.
awesome. So we are actually on an island. Foster City is an island. I think it is landfill that it's based on. So next earthquake, this store might be underground, and you can dig for your buried rackets. All right. All right, let's go over to Gary here. Hello, Gary.
Hi, how's it going?
How long you been working here?
I just started, so it's almost a year.
That's it?
Yeah.
What were you doing before?
I was playing tennis, coaching a little bit.
Retired, pretty much?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. How long have you been stringing rackets?
Pretty much when I got here.
Oh, you just
kind of
learned
a
how to string
novice.
rackets like a year ago?
And
No
Vince
way.
and Will, they're like very, very good teachers, and they've been giving me a lot of tips, and they got me going pretty good.
Okay, so you can knock one out in 12 minutes now, right?
12 minutes or maybe 24 minutes.
Okay. 12 times 2 is 24. Any other dirty secrets I need to know about?
We have pizza here every Monday.
It's Monday. Where's the pizza?
Actually, Wednesday. Sorry.
But you just said Monday.
I'm sorry about that. Because Wednesdays we have a special offer of pizza from Round Tables. It's
Huh? They give free pizza?
half off.
Oh, half off. Okay, I get it. Okay, I see tangerines over there. So we got Tangerine Mondays.
Tangerine Mondays.
Okay, Tangerine Mondays.
Everyone always brings some snacks and everyone shares. It's kind of a nice family-friendly atmosphere here always.
Got it. All right. Box of donuts would be nice too, guys. Bring it over here. And we got the veteran. Oh, don't.
Other mic, 'cause you're interfering.
I'm interfering. Okay.
So you
Got it. I'll just
put
hold it out. Okay. Got it. Okay. All right. Ready? All right. The veteran of the crew, Vince.
Hi.
I only know of the legend of Vince from my head rep, Eric Wan. So tell me, legend, where did you learn how to string rackets?
Fry Sports in South City, early 90s.
Oh, so
This is
you
a golf and tennis shop.
you worked with Will?
Yes, did.
And Eric
Worked with Will.
Chan?
Yes.
And all those
We
guys?
started out all together.
No way. And you're still doing it?
We're all still at the same spot now. Transitioned over to Foster City.
Wow. Talk about tennis family, man. You start off in one place and you kind of keep going with each other and getting old together in tennis.
Yeah, the great Fry family. I mean, we started a basketball tournament, the March Madness, and we're still doing it today, 30 years later. And we have dinners at House of Prime Rib for the winner.
Tell me when that's happening, man.
April's.
April. Okay. I'm there.
Next time, definitely.
Do I have to play basketball?
No, we just pick teams, and that's how we end up with a winner.
Oh, I can do that.
That's easy.
I can do that. So,
yeah.
Surina said you strung 80,000 rackets. Was that fair?
Maybe somewhere around there, we averaged it out, like 10, 15 a day for 30 years.
Yep, I've done that too. 5 years ago, I couldn't sleep one night, and I said I strung about 65,000 in my 28 years. Now it's 33 years, so it's got to be more now.
Oh, yeah, it adds up pretty fast.
So tell me about any dirty secrets here.
They're all buried in the lagoon out back, so.
Oh, in the landfill lagoon.
Yes.
A lot of wooden rackets there. Smashed rackets. Now, is this your favorite machine?
It's ended up being between the Yonex and the Blvd sensor.
Okay. Okay. Why?
Very easy to work with. You can actually do badminton rackets on the machine.
Oh.
having just to pull on the side without having to pull a button makes it very easy to work with.
Oh,
Very user friendly.
interesting. Show me. Show me.
Get it up there and pull on the side.
Oh.
Buttons needed to pull the string. Works very well.
No wonder this thing's like $10,000.
Yeah, exactly. We had other people asking us if we'd like to trade the machine out.
Yeah, this thing is super hard to get, just from my own experience. Although this could be a little better, I think.
The base clamp.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had my fingers smashed once or twice.
No Bayardo's here. I'm a little surprised. You guys thinking about doing that?
Yeah, we're working on it.
You're
Definitely.
working on it. Okay. Okay.
Try to make all the machines universal, so
Okay.
as close as possible.
Cool. Well, Vince, thank you so much, buddy.